All right, here we go. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's like 5:50 here in Texas. What time is it there?
And it is 12:50 here. The sun, I'm trying to get a good angle so I don't have like the sun right in my face, but it's not going to happen. So we're going
What?
to stay here. I want to say poor Robin was a wee bit under the weather, and sounds like you still are, Robin. Have you got, is the flu going around there? Because it's been going around here.
I had that before Christmas. I just have the most horrible allergies on the planet.
Oh,
So the
I never,
barometric changes are not my friend.
do you know, I never knew what allergies were until I moved to Texas. Why does the little one look?
She always wants to be in.
Yeah. Let's talk about behaviors. I mean, I know you mentioned people's behavior, but let's talk about dogs' behavior today
We
as
can.
well. Because
Totally.
this little one, some of you don't know that I went through emergency surgery in November, and I'm dealing with a real up and down yo-yo of pain because I have a colostomy bag right now, and that can be another thing we talk about. So I'm getting used to that. But every time, now here's a question for every time I have the worst day of pain and I'm juggle and I can't get things done, this little one decides to pee on the most expensive rug in the house. And then she'll do a poop and eat it. So let's talk about that.
Well, they're just like kids. I mean, kids should not eat their poop, but dogs, that's usually a, what do you call it? A vitamin deficiency. But
Oh.
definitely for, yeah, definitely also for attention. Trying to get the sugar open. Yeah, I drink sugar in my coffee.
It is
But
attention. Maybe she feels, I mean, when I'm in pain. And that's what we were thinking. Maybe she's feeling the heightened pain because I'm not my usual chirpy self.
oh, they
Um,
totally do.
yeah, so
I
she's playing out that way, but I'm trying to, it adds to, the stress of the day. So how do you deal with that?
well,
Because we're
there's
talking
a
about dealing with
saying.
stressful situations.
Yeah, there's a saying called trust your dog and your kids. But
Oh, really?
really, yes.
I've never heard that before. What's
So
that?
like so like if you meet someone and you're not real sure, let them meet your dog or your kid. Like I'm gonna say kids 12 and under, but or whatever, but little kids really like they don't lie. They're like yoga pants. Baby, they will tattle on you.
That, you know what? That is so true. That is
And
absolutely true.
oh yeah. So like really if you meet someone and you're not 100 on the situation, man, woman, whatever, coworker, next door neighbor, right? Bring up your kids or your dogs. Now, I like to watch people flinch about kids or dogs
Oh,
because I'm
what
going to tell you.
if you mention you've got kids or dogs?
Okay, yeah, so that's like the first test. Hold on, I'm like
Uh-huh.
on my robe. It's trying to choke me half to death. It's all the things. It was like pulling me back. Uh, so the first test is talk about your kids. Like, tell me something like you just did. Now, if you're around somebody and they go,
They back off.
and they're like, well, I don't do that. So, I mean, that's a good read on them right there. But if
Yeah.
you're still, if they don't give you that or and they're just a little like, oh, but somebody who really is just down with their life, completely open, whatever, be like, shit, girl, mine does it too.
What
Like the only
about?
thing worse is my kid, right? Then they'll just tell you, they're like,
Oh,
they'll feel your pain. But when people
uh-huh.
like you can see the stages of interaction, it's no different than you go to work, a new mom, you've got some spit up right here, right? We've all seen it happen. Hell, it's happened to me, but we've all seen the coworker come in and she's got a little spit right here, little formula something, and Like someone who just accepts that life is, it's not a walk in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood, it's a walk in Tupac's hood on Legos.
When you have kids and stuff.
Barefoot. I just think in general, you don't even
It's
have to have
yeah.
kids. You could have dogs. You could
Well, the
have,
dog, yeah, it's just this one though. The other one is an
yes,
angel, and but that's what people. That's what I hear people say about their kids. I mean, my friend was mentioning the other night that one kid talks back a lot and is defiant, and the other kid just has never ever done anything wrong. But it's the same with the dogs. I feel
well,
that about dogs.
yeah, they're just
Uh,
four-legged children.
yeah, absolutely.
I
What do you
mean,
think of this? Sorry, go ahead.
they have personalities, they have needs, and look at her. She's a little Boston, so she's a little higher strung and a little higher maintenance. So it's kind of like
Oh, she's got a
she's
minute.
trying to kick you into like, come on, mom. And then Stella's
She's
over there
taking me
like,
into nearly adopting her. That's what she's doing. It's, I'm telling you. Oh, I
but
I
then,
understand. I actually saw a TikTok last night, and I was thinking about my good friend in California. I saw a TikTok last night, and this girl had just gave birth, and she was actually going like this. She was like, "Take it away from me. I don't even want to see it." And she she wasn't adopting it or anything. It was her baby, and she was just like, "I'm just absolutely disgusted." I don't. And I thought,
oh wow.
wow, like I wonder how that, because I know a lot of females go through that where we don't see it. We don't talk about it enough. It's like taboo. But I think a lot of women, like, I don't think people realize how painful, how not everybody has a great 9 months. Some people throw up the entire 9 months, and then they have this child, and it can be really just mind-blowingly traumatic rather
Mhm.
than a good time. And yeah, this girl was just like, well, she wasn't, she was in her 20s,
Well,
but
let's just talk about some people have kids
yeah.
just because for their partner,
Mm-hmm.
because they think it's what they should do, right? And you're
Yeah.
kind of like, and I know a few like real life people like that, a couple of examples, and they don't, but I can tell you now at this age, having lived more life, I used to think there was something like basic internal wrong with them, but really, they have a disconnect, an emotional disconnect.
Mm-hmm.
If you really look at like that poor girl, I mean, it's terrible they made the TikTok about it, but it's also wonderful because it brings awareness because not everyone knows how to connect. No, and I see that more and more with these younger people. They don't have emotional, it, more and more homes are so shattered. Like we came from broken homes. Oh, you know what I mean? It was fine.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents got remarried, they had other people, whatever. Broken home. That's such a
Mm-hmm.
stupid term.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
because if you don't treat it as such, as a condemning term, it doesn't create that in your mind. But now you see all of this in the younger generation. I'm going to say 35 and down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they get everything online, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Social media of some form, they're reading it. But when we were just talking about this, a friend and I, it's killing the human connection.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do
bless
you
her
think,
heart, she
I
didn't know
mean,
what to do.
I know. Let's go into that human connection. I mean, I wanted to say as well, I mean, I personally always dreamt of having 6 children. I could always saw me with 6 children, and I love kids, absolutely adore children. Hence the fact I've been working with them. But do you know, one of my little 3-year-olds said to me, they used to call me Floydie, and she said, Floydie, do you have any kids? And I said, no. And she goes, ah, 3 years old, right? I'm like, what's the for? She goes, that's how you can love us so much.
There you are.
Did you hear that? Yeah. And I was like, oh, take it out. She went, if you had your own child, I can't stress this enough, 3 years old, kinder or pre-K. We used to take them on at 3, I think 3/4. And she said, you wouldn't be able to love us this much if you had your own children. And I thought, wow, I never ever thought about it like that. But I guess the whole focus was on the kids that I worked with. But, again, sad that I didn't have my own. But going back to what you said about, there was a heavy push to have kids, get married, have kids, whatever. And I always felt I'm not stable enough, not mentally stable enough. I don't have a house. I don't have this. How on earth can I have kids? But then, I've worked with all these people that have nothing and have 10 kids. And, now looking back on it, I wished I'd just gone for it, but I was too scared. I just thought I couldn't provide for that child enough. And then when I got to the stage I could provide, I was so much older and just kept falling pregnant and unfortunately having miscarriages. So, too old.
Hold that thought real quick because I can't hear you all of a sudden.
Oh.
Like I see you and I'm reading your lips. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
hold on.
Oh.
I still...
Can you
Okay,
hear
hold
me?
on. We're going to have to probably upload this in 2 sections. 1 second.